Hi there, guys. My name is Martin. Welcome back to Excel Walk. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to use nested if statements to achieve maybe a category or a classification of data in your Excel. Stay tuned, and if you'd like to learn more, you can subscribe to be notified whenever we post new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. So let's get started. So let's say we have numbers starting from 0 to maybe 360. So what you will want to do is to maybe create that data. So I'm just going to come here and create that data. So let me just move this here. And then I'm going to drag it all the way to 360 because that's where I want my data to reach. I want to classify them according to the age. So 360 is an example of let me just reach up to 365. Now the reason I'm using 365 is because those are the numbers of days in a year. So let me just delete the 0 there, and we are going to start from here. So I want to categorize them in batches of 30. So anything that is between 1 to 30, I give it bucket 1. 31 to 60, I give it bucket 2. 61 to 90, I give it bucket 3. 91 to 120, I give it bucket 4. 121 to 150, I give it another bucket, all the way to 360. So what we are going to do, we are going to start by writing an if statement. And remember, since this is a nested if, we are going to use extra functions such as and, yes. So I'm just going to write that if. So we want our logical test to check if this number is between 1 to 30. So our logical test will be if A3 is less than 30, is less than or equals to 30, then our answer, we want it to be bucket 1. And since bucket 1 is a string, we want to put it in quotations. So we have managed to capture that. We want it to bring us bucket 1 every time it reaches 30. Beyond that, we want it to give us something else. So when it comes to putting false, we are now going to insert the next function, which tells us what if it is not between 0 to 30. What do you want, or rather, what do you want the function to bring? So it's going to be, you're going to write another if statement in this section now. If, now this, please note that this second if statement is being written on the value if false section of the first function clause of the if statement. That way, it is checking if the value is not 30, is not between 0 to 30, what will it bring us? So we are going to write here if A3. Now, since now we are looking for something in between, we are supposed to add the AND function because we are looking for something between this range and this range. So we are going to write here and then open that and then we are going to say A3 is greater than 30, and now the comma in this section works as an inclusion, telling Excel that you want to check for this function and another function and another function. That's why we've added and in the beginning. So this comma acts as a joiner, and A3 is less than or equal to 60. What do we want it to bring? We want to bring it bucket 2. So you'll realize that now this is not the same function that we have used here. Here we have included and. So we need to close that and to separate it from our usual if statement. So mind you, our if statement is still open because as you can see, this red bracket indicates that there is no end red. This red bracket indicates that there has to be another end bracket here, which is going to be red. But before we put that, we need to finish this statement. So we are going to put the value if true. So this is going to bring us bucket 2. Again, since it is on a string. And then value if false. What if it is false? What do we want it to bring? So we are going to write that formula then again, because now we are not looking for anything between 30 and 60. We are looking for anything between 31. We are looking for anything between 61 and 90. So we are going to write that formula again. If and allow me to go a little bit faster because of time. If and A3 is greater than 60 and A3 is lesser than or equals to 90, then we are going to close our bracket, and then we are going to give the value that we want to see, bucket 3. The importance of using this nested if is you are able to categorize later on and summarize the data according to this special statement that we are putting. So we have added another bucket here. Now we are going to add another one. So instead of just writing all of this again and again, what you will want to do is to come here and check and select only where the if statement starts up to where the value if true ends, and then you will want to copy it. By right clicking, you are copying it, and then I'm just going to paste it here, and then I'm just going to change this value, because now we understand that this is checking for bucket 3, so we can't have two functions of the same caliber searching for the same function, searching for the same value. So here we are going to write is greater than 90. Here we are going to change it into 120, and then the value we are going to write here bucket 4. Again, since the copied function that I copied is still on the clipboard, I'm just going to put a comma and then press paste again, and then I'm going to change this to 120, and then I'm going to change this to 150, and then I'm going to also change this to be bucket 5, because we have already gone through bucket 3 and 4. And then I'm just going to put another comma, insert the formula again. So we are going to do this until we finish this formula, 150, and then here we're going to write 180, and then here we're going to add bucket 6, and then a comma again, insert, paste the function again, and then we are going to change this to 180, and then we are going to change this. Now, however you feel comfortable doing it, you can do it. You can even write all of it from the beginning to the end so that it doesn't confuse you. But allow me to go this way because I'm used to this, and I do it on like an hour daily basis. So this actually helps you to see how the formula will come out at the end. So I'm just going to write here 180. So this is going to be 240. This is going to be bucket 7. And then we're going to write, so let's say maybe we do not want so many categories. Maybe we want anything above 240 to be categorized in a different bucket, because maybe we do not want to lengthen this process. So all I need to do now is to come here and add another if statement, but this if statement is a finisher. So here we are not going to add the AND statement. So here we are not going to add the AND function. So I'm just going to write if A3 is greater than 240. What do we want it to bring? We want it to bring bucket 7. So this function covers for anything greater than 240. It's going to label it as bucket 7. So, and you'll realize that all my if statements have an opening bracket, but they do not have a closing bracket. But the AND statement has a opening and closing. That's because that's where the function gets to do the check, the logical check. So I need to close for all of these ifs that I've added. So I'm just going to add, and the easiest way I got to learn how to use this is to insert these brackets without even counting how many number of times you have added. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So you will want to insert these brackets until you see the bracket color changes to match this first color, which is black. So I'm just going to add it, and as you can see, we have already passed the black bracket. So I'm just going to remove those extra brackets. And when I press enter, there you have our formula. Let us run it down to see if it is going to capture everything that we wanted it to capture. So let me just give this a header, uh, and then this, let me write DPD. So I'm just going to check here. So let us check what bucket 2 brings. And there you have it. Bucket 2 is bringing us 31 to, let me check, to 60, and all the way down. So if you were to go down, you will realize that this is actually what we wanted it to do, to classify it according to the number of days, to sorry, the days past due, which is DPD. So, and as you can see, when it reaches 240, it classifies it as bucket 7. So that's it for today. Hope you learned how to use if statements. If you like this video, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to be notified whenever we post these new videos, you can subscribe and turn the notification bell on. And if you'd like to maybe have a different video that you'd like me to cover about Excel, make sure to let me know down there on the comment section, and I'll be happy to follow up on it. This has been Martin from Excel Walk. Until we meet next time, cheers.